checked what's happening in Vegas this weekend, QAnon is in town. Under the name For God and Country, Patriot Double Down, a QAnon-linked conference is being held in Sin City, featuring quite the list of Republican candidates and elected officials who have one thing in common. They have pledged their undying loyalty to Donald Trump and the big lie, and that Donald has returned the love. You remember QAnon. They're the bizarre conspiracy theorists who believe Trump is secretly saving the world from an evil, liberal cabal of devil-worshipping pedophiles. And we can laugh at them, but seriously, it's no laughing matter. Hardcore QAnon believers say a storm is coming that will kill all Democrats. QAnon-linked people have been involved in violent crimes. The FBI regards QAnon as a domestic terror threat. So it should worry us just how many Republican officials are attending this conference of loons and extremists. In Las Vegas, one of the featured speakers is Arizona State Representative Mark Finchem, who led the effort to overturn Trump's 2020 loss in that state. He was in Washington, D.C. on January the 6th and even gave a speech the day before pushing the big lie, something he continues to do until today. Here he is speaking at Trump's Iowa rally earlier this month.
I think the Lord's got a message here on this whole audit thing, don't you? With all the evidence of incompetence and criminality that's been presented to the Arizona Senate, to Congress, and now to the Arizona Attorney General, the Maricopa County 2020 election cannot be allowed to stand. It must be decertified and set aside.
For his anti-democratic efforts, Trump endorsed Finchem as GOP candidate for Arizona Secretary of State, despite the fact that Finchem has ridiculous QAnon-ish views, despite the fact that he seems to think, I kid you not, the Clintons killed Fast and Furious actor Paul Walker, despite the fact that he is a self-proclaimed oath keeper. You remember the far-right militia group, the Oath Keepers. They're the ones who on January the 6th proudly marched up to the steps of the Capitol, and many have since been marching straight into lawyers' offices. At least 18 people connected to the Oath Keepers have been indicted in relation to the insurrection, including on conspiracy charges. So, you think Mark Finchem, Oath Keeper, QAnon guy, big lie guy, is going to allow a Democratic candidate to be certified as the winner of Arizona come the 2024 presidential election if he is the Secretary of State? See, while Democrats focus on Manchin and Sinema and Build Back Better, Republicans are making sure that the coup that failed in 2020 doesn't fail again in 2024. January 6th was a warm-up and has now become a rallying cry, and it's one that comes from on high. On Thursday, Trump released a statement that read, "The insurrection took place on November the 3rd, Election Day. January 6th was the protest." Take a moment to think about how crazy and how dangerous that statement is from the twice-impeached former president. It is a major escalation from Trump. He's gone from dipping his toes in the fascism pool by suggesting January 6th was a love fest, that Ashley Babbitt was a martyr, to diving in head first, openly saying the real insurrection was Joe Biden's election victory. That what the FBI calls the domestic terrorism on January the 6th was a legitimate protest. Look, I am a Muslim. And for the past 20 years since 9/11, we Muslims were told, especially by Republicans, if you don't condemn terrorism, you're complicit in it. Well, today that should apply to Republicans who refuse to condemn Trump and his pro-insurrection remarks. Otherwise, they're all complicit in domestic terrorism, even the supposedly moderate ones. Just listen to GOP Senator Roy Blunt of Missouri on Meet the Press this morning.
Election day and insurrection?
You know, I think the election was what it was. There's a process you go through that determines whether or not the early reports were the right reports, and we went through that process. And I'm of the view that the best thing that President Trump could do to help us win majorities in 2022 is talk about the future.
An amazing and shameful lack of backbone there. Look, it is our obligation as journalists to make it clear to you, the public, that one of the country's two main political parties is now a coalition of QAnon believers, oath keepers and insurrectionists, and apologists for QAnon believers, oath keepers and insurrectionists. And yet just yesterday, The Washington Post ran an exhaustive profile of Kevin McCarthy, the GOP leader in the House, and in all those thousands of words, there was no mention of him giving a pass to QAnon and other crazies in his ranks. In fact, GOP Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's unhinged and racist statements about liberals and Muslims and Jews was reduced to merely old offensive views by the Post. To be crystal clear, American democracy is on the line. The GOP has been radicalized and taken over by extremists and conspiracists. And at a time like this, we in the supposedly liberal media cannot be whitewashing or normalizing what is basically far-right fascism at our door.